Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, likes, comments, and subscribes are appreciated. They do help the channel. Welcome back to a slightly early news I missed, where I go over news I missed. I am currently not home. I am on holiday vacation. I'm not here. So I made some videos just to make sure that everyone kind of stays informed with everything while I am away. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. CryptoPunks. Now here's a really weird story. I saw this and I was like, is this for reals? And lo and behold, it is. CryptoPunks and their creators, Larva Labs, are packing their bags and taking a walk with the stars. That's a weird sentence. Punks have found their way into being the first crypto-native intellectual property to secure representation with a major agency. According to a report from The Hollywood Reporter, Larva Labs has signed an agency deal with one of the biggest players in entertainment known as United Talent Agency. I guess I don't know them because I don't have any talent. UTA will represent Larva Labs projects across films, television, video games, and publishing projects, according to the report. Representation will include CryptoPunks, MeBits, Autoglyphs, and 3 of the largest projects from the Larva people. So just in case you missed all that, the people from CryptoPunks, remember when I kept on trying to tell everybody before, whatever, doesn't really matter. I saw this really weird trend picking up for NFTs and I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Well, here's one of the fingers. So the people from Larva Labs who made CryptoPunks have signed with an agency who essentially, from what I can tell after reading around, is going to help them make a TV show, video games based off of the CryptoPunks and the other NFTs that they had. Movies, TV shows, video games, and also maybe books and a whole bunch of other things. So we will be hearing about CryptoPunks for a very long time. The other really crazy part is that sorry if I'm screaming. I feel like I'm screaming and I'm like, abracadabra. I feel like we are going to hear a lot of really crazy news about the CryptoPunks, like these little characters right here on the screen, hitting even crazier astronomical numbers. Like there was some news before this one? I don't know. One of them hit like, I think $125,000. And I think that's now the lowest that they're going for. Several other ones have sold for several $1 million. So yeah, I assume as time goes on, if these things get a TV show and people start knowing about them and everyone really loves them, the price of the lowest one is going to be several $1 million. What a time to be alive. Yeah, so I saw this. Not that I thought it was a joke, but you kind of see stuff and it's like they, going to Hollywood. Nope, they actually are. So I give the next 5 years, we're going to see. Remember, like, what was it? The Emoji Movie. Didn't the birds who pigs or something like that? The throwing the birds at pigs. They also got a movie. So I assume this is also going to get their movie as well. And then we're all going to watch it at some point and then come back here to discuss it. So cool. This is going to be the first NFT TV show / movie kind of thing. Could they make it into an action movie? Anyway, that's the CryptoPunks news. And let's move on. I'm not sure if we went over this at all because this is the 5th time that we're hearing something similar to this. The Securities and Exchange Commission, or the SEC, has purportedly started an investigation against UniSwap, the leading developer of the giant decentralized exchange known as UniSwap. According to the Wall Street Journal, from early in September, the top U.S. securities regulator has gone after the developer of the largest decentralized crypto exchange known as UniSwap Labs. Citing people familiar with the matter, the coverage reads that the watchdog is in an early stage investigation process. So it's UniSwap. There's another decentralized exchange that's also out there who's also being investigated. There's Coinbase, there's Ripple. There was something else. There's a whole bunch of stuff that they have going on. There's an article somewhere. I don't have it here for the sake of me not going on a rant. I know you like it when I rant, but it gets my blood pressure up. It's not too good. There was some former investigator or former head of like the CFTC or something like that, some high ranking regulator from the States, who came forward like a day or two ago, and he was like, yeah, this is all being done because like they're just really desperately trying to show their muscle and show their strength within the cryptocurrency market, because they believe that they should basically rule over the entirety of the cryptocurrency market. It all comes down to money. It has nothing to do with actually protecting people. We should have all known that for a very long time. If you actually cared about protecting investors, especially when they say that they care about retail investors, like the small guy, the people who don't have millions of dollars to be able to invest, you would kind of do things a lot quicker to make sure that the space was a bit safer for them. But these things happen after years, and I think a lot of it is hogwash. At least this is my humble opinion of the entire thing. So all this is going to do, and I mentioned this before just in case we didn't cover that, all this is going to do is, if a lot of projects do get shut down, they will be replaced by something that is even more decentralized, where we don't actually know who created these things or whatever. And then that kind of like really pushes us towards a hyper decentralized world, because the SEC is going to continue to keep trying as much as they possibly can. We don't hear too much from the CFTC. They seem a bit more not even relaxed. It seems that because of the way that the crypto market is structured, the SEC for some reason believes that they can have control over the entire thing. But yes, it's UniSwap Labs under investigation by the SEC, and SEC reportedly investigates UniSwap. I assume they're also going to go after SushiSwap and the other ones, not even in a joking manner. I just assume that they're actually going to do so, because in this game, and for those of you who haven't been paying attention, the way that it usually works is, if any cryptocurrency company comes to be and you sign up with the SEC, I assume you pay a fee for processing all the paperwork, yada, yada. If you have not done any paperwork, we've seen before in the past, they end up settling with other cryptocurrency projects who pay them 12 million, 24 million. You kind of get the idea, just about money. So if you have a situation like this where you can make sure that you kind of go after every single one, you're just kind of making money for the SEC. And I've said it before, and I'm pretty sure maybe, have you thought about this? A lot of times, if a company has done something that is not great for retail investors and has like outwardly made sure that they were trying to get money from people, when the SEC actually finds them, I don't think that money ever actually goes to the people who were harmed in that situation. I'm pretty sure it goes into the SEC's pocket or some other, mega company. But it would make a lot more sense if A, company had done something incorrectly, and B, the SEC had been like, okay, you know what? You were wrong. Here's the money back. But that's not how it works. This is why the SEC is special. So yeah, that's the SEC dues. It happens all the time. And let's move on. Also in the news, and people tried to make this news, like really, really tried. It was on tons of different websites a couple of days ago. For those of you who don't know, the rapper, singer, Akon, that is Akon, last year or sometime the year before had announced that he was going to try and make a city in Senegal. Yes, in Senegal. I don't know the name of the city. Maybe it's Akon City. I literally don't know anymore. The idea was to be a futuristic, city in the year 2500, ahead of everything else. Huge hospitals, huge so-and-so, robots walking around, futuristic city. Not even making a joke. This was actually kind of the idea for it. A lot of websites were talking about over the course of this week. First of all, I didn't even care about this project. Like, this is probably the least thing on my radar. That doesn't make any sense, but you understand what I'm saying. I don't care about the project. It means nothing to me. If it does work out, wow, congratulations. I'm glad you got to make your own city named after yourself. But there were so many websites like downplaying it or talking negatively about it today. So the news basically is, last year this was announced that this was going to happen. I have a friend who is really excited. He thinks this is going to be the greatest project in the entire world. And this year, thus far, I think only like the actual land has been procured, and they've started like building like the base level, rocks and foundation and stuff like that. And for some reason, a lot of websites were like, oh, it's hitting some snags. It's not really working out. Only the foundation has been laid. And I'm like, yeah, because this is supposed to take 10 years. Like, this isn't a project that's meant to be announced last year and then done in 365 days. So once again, news I missed. It says Akon's $6 billion Akon city is only a placard in a Senegalese Greenland. Akon's futuristic city plans might have hit a snag as locals express disappointment about the pace of the project. Which locals? Which locals exactly? What percentage of locals have actually come forward to talk to people in the news to tell them that they're disappointed about the development of something that they have not put money into? Not even being mean. If this is going to be a multi-billion dollar project, it's kind of the same exact way whenever you hear that someone is going to be building something in some other place, whatever the actual case might be. And I see crypto news quite often being like, well, there's a lot of disappointment in the space. Who exactly is disappointed at something that is not even being built by them, by other people, that people are going to be putting billions of dollars into their actual thing? So yeah, this was Senegalese worried over little progress made in developing Akon City. Which Senegalese exactly? Remember before, years ago, whenever there was like tons of news, it was always like, and this is still actually happening now as we get closer to Cardano's upgrade. There's a lot of news basically saying like, people seem to be worried about the date of the Cardano upgrade. People in the Cardano community are furious that it's taking so long. This used to happen years ago as well. XRP's price just hit $3. XRP members seem to be worried about, and I'm like, Who exactly are you talking to that's worried explicitly about these things? It doesn't make any sense. If you ever have a chance, and I'm going to try and start showing you from now on as well, a lot of times surveys end up happening within the cryptocurrency space, and these surveys only talk to 2,500 people. If numbers are to be believed, it is estimated that we have at least 50 million people within the cryptocurrency space. Even if you got 1 million people to do your survey, that would be slightly indicative of maybe a sentiment that's actually going through the cryptocurrency space. 50 million to 1 million. And even then, you can still pick and cherry, you can cherry pick exactly what kind of people you want to ask. Are you asking people who like Cardano if they like Ethereum? Are you asking people who love Tron if they like Bitcoin? That's kind of the thing I'm getting at. But when you talk about 2,500 people, what kind of a survey is that? Senegalese locals demand answers. Demand answers on what? Exactly. Yeah, what like on what exactly? Have they purchased flats already in Akon City? Are they contributing to the land that's being built on top of? Probably not. Anyway, here's the original what's it called? News article, and it says it's somewhere around here. He talked with other people, and he's wearing a suit, and this is, I guess, what it was supposed to look like. It looks like something out of some movie. Nick Cannon, they're pointing at each other, and where's the other thing? Yeah. It's a 10-year building block, so we're doing it in stages. We started construction in March, and stage 2 is going to be in 2025. I'm not sure why this was news at all. I'm not sure why it made major cryptocurrency news. I think people who write these articles are really bored. There's so much like price prediction news or like JP Morgan news or this person said this news. Like a lot of the news articles are like, this YouTuber thinks that this coin is going to 900x. And I want to start saving and screenshotting these things because these things never actually happen. Like there's such finite cryptocurrency news at the moment. And anytime that anything remotely weird happens, like everyone kind of completely loses their mind. Like remember the news that, I'm screaming again. Like remember the news that we oh gosh, what was it? It's going to drive me crazy. Oh boy, I just lost it. Crap. It was some news that we had yesterday. It was something about someone didn't like this thing happening, and therefore everybody was up in arms. And I'm like, who? Who exactly is up in arms? Like, where are you people? Anyway, so that's the Akon news. Once again, I could literally care less about this entire project. It means nothing to me. I think it's beautiful. I mean, if it actually ends up looking like this and we get Nick Cannon and Akon pointing at each other, I'll probably go there. But, you know, at the who cares? When this is, by the time we get to 2027, if they still only have the foundation, then we can go, hey, you know, something's wrong here. Why? Let's move on. Next up, sure, why not? Go live your life. The European Central Bank says it is starting to investigate a digital euro by launching a 2-year investigation. Fun. European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde believes that the European Central Bank should be ready to respond to people's demands for digital currencies and come up with a European-based solution that does not jeopardize the whole banking system. I could talk for an hour and a half just on these 2 sentences alone. I wish I was half joking. I'm going to give you the 3-minute TMI fumbling over my words portion of it. The idea is that a lot of regulators, banks, not even institutions, people who control the monetary supply and tell other countries what to do with their money, they don't get it. They don't understand that the entire point of cryptocurrencies, that are things that are decentralized and have no governing power, such as Bitcoin or Ethereum, people want these not only as an investment or because of so-and-so, is because we know that they are finite in nature, or we can actually see algorithmically exactly how they work. People from the European Central Bank or the Bank of International Settlements or the ABC 123, they simply think that me, you, I, us, that we simply just want digital payments. So their idea is, well, if everybody just wants digital payments, why don't we just make a digital dollar, a digital euro? And that's not what it is, and they still don't really get it. And I also love the time frame. Please, by all means, let it be a 2-year investigation so that another 2 years after you actually come up with that. And at that point, fiat currencies are completely useless. And also the entire idea of not jeopardizing the banking system, it's because they control the banking system. They control the money. They control everything that flows around the world. So they have to try and figure out a way to further monopolize the entire system to make sure that it doesn't jeopardize what they've built over the last 67 years. Fantastic, right? The president of the European Central Bank, Christine Lagarde, talked about central bank digital currencies, particularly the digital euro, in an interview last week with Klaus Schwab, founder and executive chairman. I don't have to read anymore. So yeah, they're working on it. Other countries are doing the exact same thing. A lot of the news that we got before, for a long time, geez Louise, it was that with Facebook launching their own digital currency and therefore being able to obliterate, take over, usurp banks in a matter of months, if not years, other countries have decided to also now finally create their own European central bank digital currency. Sure, go for it. Once again, please, by all means, payments are already digital. All they're going to do is further digitize it, get rid of actual anonymous cash, so all transactions are tracked. But then, Bitcoin and Lightning Network and Ethereum and other currencies will be accepted everywhere already and have low transaction fees. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense why you would go back to an inflationary system. Cool. Love it. Can't wait for it. Or rather, I can wait for it because it's going to take them about 4 or 5 years. And let's move on. And to finish things off, Layer 2 scaling protocols. Protocols for Ethereum have surged in adoption in recent months as gas prices have exploded to unforeseen numbers, and the Layer 2 ecosystem is now processing more daily transactions than Bitcoin, according to recent findings. According to Coin Metrics data, collated by industry analyst and Week in Ethereum news founder Evan Von Ness, that sounds very fancy, there were more transactions on Ethereum's Layer 2s than on Bitcoin's network on Monday. Layer 2 protocols processed around 250,000 transactions, whereas the Bitcoin network processed around 210,000. So Bitcoin only does 3 transactions per second. So yeah, the other portion is, sure, why not? Layer 2s have to scale. They have to be released and they have to be used at this point. Vitalik Buterin a couple of days, like 3 days ago, basically stated, he was like, yeah, NFTs basically have to move on to Layer 2 because Ethereum is basically unusable at the moment. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have been trying to send transactions and you're getting stuff like $28, $56. I've tried either minting coins or doing other things. And the transaction, I think the highest transaction fee I've ever had thus far was $1,100. And this is why I said before in the other videos, if there are other altcoins who can usurp Ethereum, the stage is set. It has been mopped. Please go do your dance on the stage, because something has to change at this point. So the cool part is that layer 2s did more transactions than Bitcoin, but once again, Bitcoin only does 3 transactions per second. So I assume that number would be higher if Bitcoin did 15 or 100 transactions per second, but that's just where we are. So cool. Yeah. Right? And at the moment, we are at $869 million worth of Ethereum burned. So I assume by the time I get back home, that'll probably be $900 million. I do hope that you all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.